Katlin, did you run a lot in high school, Katlin? I know, were you just doing sports basically?
I mean, I was just playing sports in every season, so I was just conditioning for the sports. No running on my own. But I never had to.
I did track to do conditioning for football, and so none of us took it seriously. So we saw running as a fun thing because we weren't really trying to win. So
you're not getting brain injuries while doing it.
That was probably it too. Yeah. It was this joyous. It was basically co-ed. We would just practice with the girls, run the trails. We had we were all friends and everything, and then football would come and it'd be right. Homophobia.
Yes, yeah.
I'm not gay.
Baseball running is the best because it's just the kids that can't run.
Yeah.
So the only running we would ever do all year would be just to warm up slowly.
Yeah.
Walking basically.
Yeah, everyone does that thing where their feet never leave the ground and their bodies are just shuffling and they're not actually locomoting anywhere.
Yeah. It's ice skating. And then remember we had rugby in the winter. Ooh. But you wear these studs, these big metal studs. But we were playing places that don't play rugby very much, so it'd be frozen AstroTurf.
Oh.
Yeah, with studs, and it would just be I have shin splints at 14. This is not good.
We would have to play schools in soccer that also barely had a soccer team. So sometimes it'd be the outfield of a baseball field.
Oh, it'd be the Oakland Raiders stadium for a professional football team. They had a baseball diamond for half the year because they were splitting the stadium.
Nice, yeah.
Professional team, and guys making $40 million a year would be why am I landing on dirt right now?
Because you're in Oakland, my friend. Check the locker room. There's no hot water.
Yeah, they had a raccoon that lived in the press box, actually, in Oakland. It was awesome.
They just named him Ace. He's the mascot. It's no, there's just a raccoon.
That's Raleigh Fingers, actually. Yeah.
I'm going to do that at my job with the rats.
Oh, you just start naming them?
Yeah.
Oh, my. Dude, the rats in my house, just before I left this last place, were getting to be so overly confident.
Yeah,
you had rats?
Dude, I had, not even in the, so I was lucky I lived in the top floor, so I think they were just too fat at that point to make it up there. Because they were getting all the food downstairs.
Oh, it's a walk-up, yeah.
Yeah, no, I lived in, I called it the hovel. It was, really tiny up there. I was smashing my head, but it was great because downstairs where the rats thrived. And no, rats are supposed to scurry. I would turn the lights on, and they would just look at me like I owed them rent money. They'd be yo, it's the second, dude. What the fuck? They wouldn't move. On my counters, they're just oh, what's up, dude? I ate your popsicles.
God has gone on vacation. God's been gone for so long. God has gone on vacation. Will he be coming back? Will he be coming back? Will he be coming back?
Welcome to the Big Hollywood Table Read. This is the podcast where we cold read sketches. Our guests, usually we have never seen before, or John forgot that he wrote it. We do new sketches every episode. It's very exciting. I'm your host, Tom, along with my co-host, Katlin. Say hi, Katlin.
Hi.
And John Farrow, Big Hollywood executive. How you doing, John?
I'm beautiful, man. I'm in my 7-piece suit.
Oh, adding
good.
pieces.
Yeah.
That's I noticed that your shoes had vests. That's nice.
I got my new Ferrari today. Ooh,
nice. Not the vintage. It's brand new.
Well, I buy a new Ferrari every week.
You don't lease.
Doesn't know how to gas them up.
Or drive them. Or pronounce them. And with us is Raoul Biron. Raoul Biron. How you doing, Raoul?
I'm nervous. I've never met anyone from the West Coast before.
Me neither.
He's been in Central Asia. He's been in Africa. He's been all over Europe, but he's never met someone from Fresno.
Yeah, you're Crystal West Coast or Meth West Coast?
I'm actually from Massachusetts, but to keep this bit going, really fancy Crystal.
Yeah, okay, Zeppelin West Coast. Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
My favorite band.
Coastal Washington West Coast, where no one comes back. Maybe it's nice there. I don't know.
The KKK loves Washington State.
I thought it was more of an Oregon thing. It's probably Washington too, though, right?
I think it's anywhere that's not by the water in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, you get out to Spokane and they're just thriving.
Yeah. It's either grunge or white hoods.
Have you not been to the West Coast?
I did. I went for the first time 3 weeks ago.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Went to San Francisco, Oakland, and then I went camping in Big Sur.
Nice. What'd you think?
It was amazing. You can't even call it camping. To me, camping, it has to be miserable. It has to be raining.
Yeah.
And I was there, and I was like, "There's not even bugs."
Were you in a tent?
Yeah, but the tent was
Okay.
kind of just, you didn't need it, honestly. The tent just blocked out the beautiful stars, and I was like, that's why no one's funny out here. It's just too nice.
It does seem that way. Like I lived in San Diego for 2 years, and I wasn't even like doing comedy, but I was like, you would make a joke, and it wasn't even like people were too dumb to like know the joke. They just like took you at your word.
It's too earnest.
Yeah, they just be like, "Oh, geez, that's great, man," and I'd be like,
why would you
this
say
fucking
that?
Sucks. Like this is like no one picks up on anything. You been to California, John?
I went for the first time in October.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. How'd it go for you?
I went to Napa Valley.
Oh, that's right.
It was hot as shit. I loved it.
Really?
Yeah, I was wearing a 3-piece suit. As I always do.
Wine tasting, throwing up red wine.
No, it's dead sober. So I was just everyone saying how hot it was. I was like, I want to be hotter. Actually, someone get me a goddamn sweatshirt.
You're just drinking boiling wine. Like this is wonderful.
Yeah, pouring it on myself. It's just like ooh, soothing.
I went to Santa Cruz, and they have a place called the Mystery Spot, which they like describe as like a gravitational anomaly in the earth. And I was like, yes, it's like 100 years old, and it's just a shack at an angle built on a different angle.
Right.
So they're
But
like
the chakras and the energy fields.
yeah,
right?
just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
most violently stoned high schooler is leading this tour. And he's like, yo, look, this ball rolls this way when it should roll that way. And then just like this like very angry Indian family who did not know there was so much climbing involved. They're just like, just let me take the picture where I lean on stuff.
I was talking to Katlin about why there are so many cults on the West Coast versus the East Coast.
So many.
And it's just one of those things where it's like everything here was settled so much sooner that like if you like the whole story of the Mormons, if you try to pull that shit on the East Coast, a bunch of guys from the Kiwanis Club are like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. And they just chase you west until you end up in the desert somewhere and you're like, well, I'm God now. Like,
yeah, our cults are Rotary clubs.
yeah. We have all the Shriners come out. They just hit you with the sticks or whatever. Caitlin's giving me the look. Let's do a sketch. Let's do the first sketch. Caitlin's like, Tom has run out of gas. The battery is empty. Okay, opening with Space Station. Very exciting stuff. All right, let's see here. Let's say, John, you play Astronaut 1. Raoul, you play Astronaut 2. And Kaylin, you're Astronaut 3. I will narrate, as is tradition. They say space is the final frontier, but that guy has never been to hell, where it's even crazier. Anyway, we're in a space station, hurtling through the Earth's orbit. 3 extremely international astronauts are floating around, doing measurements and somersaults or whatever.
External vent is at 24 degrees.
Got it. How's the fuel connector?
Might need to take another look. Image hasn't transferred yet.
Can we check on the processor? Everything's been slow lately.
Could be all the messages from my girlfriend.
Astronauts 1 and 3 shoot each other a look. This has clearly been an ongoing thing with Astronaut 2.
Yeah, she's been going crazy since I've been up here. Like I was telling you guys. So,
Sure, right. You were saying. Anyways, side monitors are looking good.
Trajectory is fine. Little ahead even. Making good time.
Veranda's going to be happy to hear about that.
The other 2 astronauts both suppress laughter and pretend to be clearing their throats as they check instruments and avoid eye contact.
Yeah, maybe we run the diagnostics in the morning too, just for comparison.
What was that?
What was that?
The little throat clear. Did the oxygen levels in here change? Vacuum of space get a little dry for you?
We're not in the vacuum of space. We're in a controlled atmospheric environment.
Yeah, I know that's what we are. I'm an astronaut too, you know.
We are aware. You remind us every day.
When you're not talking about your girlfriend.
Sorry, did I just sense air quotes around the word girlfriend? In the vacuum of fucking space?
This isn't a vacuum. It's a controlled
What
atmospheric.
the fuck? The air pressure's in here. You're disrespectful.
Whoa, everyone calm down. I know we're all floating around here and losing our mind, but we need to respect each other.
That's why you both need to respect my girlfriend, Veranda.
Astronaut 3 loses their temper and goes in on Astronaut 2, really dressing him down.
Oh, give it a fucking rest, Tyler. We all know it's bullshit.
What are you guys talking about?
We follow your Instagram, dude. You live alone in a 2-bedroom apartment in Queens.
But the second bedroom is just like a big closet.
They're all big closets down there. Have you seen my Facebook relationship status?
Yeah, man. No one gives a shit about that kind of thing.
Especially us, up here in space.
Yeah, space is a way bigger deal than that kind of thing.
Hey, we're all partners up here. That means everyone's got to be nice to me.
We are partners, but making up girlfriends? I don't want you to feel like you gotta do that, man. It's unfair to both of us and our friendship.
Also, saying you have a St. Bernard and a huge pool, it's dumb as shit, man.
Yeah, claims like that are fucking insane, dude.
All right. Okay. First of all, Bernard is real.
You wouldn't give a Saint Bernard the name Bernard. That's clearly a lie you just told.
Yeah, you said, we have a St. Bernard back home. And I said, oh, what's his name? You paused like for a really long time. You just said Bernard.
You guys just haven't even met Veranda.
She's not real, you fucking jackass.
You are clearly made her name up because that was the same day you kept talking about having a veranda.
Not in that matchbox-sized shithole in Astoria.
Hey, that neighborhood has great restaurants. Where the fuck do you guys live?
Oh, maybe you don't know because it's the first time you've ever asked us a question about ourselves.
You do spend a lot of time talking about your fake life, dude.
Veranda will hear about this.
At this point, Mission Control coughs politely from the speaker. Skyhawk, you copy? Mission Control has been listening the whole time. This is mega embarrassing.
Houston, copy. I have succumbed to space madness. Whoa.
Can I confirm I am tripping balls right now on space?
Sure, whatever.
Astronaut 3 somersaults away through zero gravity while pissing himself. Afterwards, nobody talks about the whole thing, but it's pretty humiliating for everyone involved. And fiend scene. We new live theater dropped. I feel like a lot of sketches you just put a bunch of people in a car, have them have a bad conversation, and then just put it somewhere else.
So it's every ride to like a Portland, Maine show with other comics.
Yeah. It's like the strategic alliances of friendships between 4 people from Boston to Portland have totally shifted by the time you get there.
Oh my god! After a while, I refused to go with other comics. To
Oh, you
shows.
would just go alone?
Yeah, I would like straight up say no. I'd be like, I'm actually going up early for this thing, so I can't come with you all.
Dude, there was
I can't do the car conversations anymore.
my favorite one was we were on the way to a fucking roast battle one time, and I had not met most of the people. Certainly not the person I was supposed to be roasting. So it's the most disingenuous thing, anyways.
Yeah.
But I'm in the car with her on the way up. So
The
we're
person you're roasting?
Yeah. So so we spent the whole ride just being like, any history of mental illness in your family?
What do you feel is weird about you?
Yeah. Has your face always been like that? And then we're like friends, and then we get to the roast, and I was like, that was mean, dude.
I feel like another thing I feel like has changed in stand-up is like back in the day, like 10 years ago, I feel like when nobody was going and there was no like groundswell of like, let's go see comedy, roasts were like a genuine way to get people to go to a show. I hate them. I don't do well at them, but like, yeah, we're going to shit on each other in 2015. I feel like that had valence with like a certain group of people. But now I think it's like, you're better off just doing stand-up. Like,
not them, not the people who host the roasts.
But promoting it, just putting stand-up on a poster, I feel like people are like, oh, I'll go to that. If you were just like, come to this local comedian roast, I feel like people are like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, it definitely is like a, like, I feel like it was more of like a early 2000s thing, maybe.
Yeah,
like
there was some kind of novelty.
It's like I feel like it was taken over by crowd work clips.
Right.
Yes.
Like it used to be the roast, like Jeff Ross roast. Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so people were like, let's go to a roast. And now it's like, let's go see the TikTok comedians.
Right. No, that's true.
I think it's like an inside baseball thing too that people really love, where they think they're part of like the process of comedy as an audience member, which is why they like crowd work so much.
That's true.
But also
yeah.
roasts, they're supposed to be like with a dais for like one person that's you know, that everyone knows. But now it's all these roast battles. So it's like, it's like 2 comics I don't know being mean to each other about things that I also don't know.
Right. Yeah.
And stuff like the one-liner madness, and there's people who do positive roasts where it's like they're not even mean, they just write jokes the other way. And it's just like, you can also just have like prompt writing shows, and that's fine too.
I'm bad at writing. I want to spend all my energy writing the jokes that I can, not complimenting a friend of mine.
See, I'm the opposite. I want the prompt writing shows, but I don't want the prompt to be like, that you're gay.
Okay, now that's targeted. Okay, those are my jokes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I found Raoul's joke book, and I was doing like a
Tom is gay over
yeah,
and over.
Yeah. It's the Dennis Leary stealing Bill Hicks's act, but it's like I just turn every page and it's just Tom is gay, Tom is gay, Tom is gay. Now I know the source of his power.
All work and no play makes Tom gay.
And I'm just shaking my head like, damn, that's so true. All right, let's do another sketch. A classic. This is an absolute AMC Turner musical Christmas classic. Nice. Let's have Katlin, you be Jackie, Raoul, you be Tommy, and John, you're doing double duty. You're customer and singer.
Gotcha.
Open on a classic striped pole barbershop. Nothing fancy. Two barbers, Tommy and Jackie, are cutting hair and chopping it up with customer. The young Tommy, absorbed in his work, does a mindless quip.
They said this weekend was going to be 60 and sunny.
What more could a guy ask for?
Veteran barber Jackie responds with some classic scissor and comb material.
Well, for one thing, how about a blowjob for my wife?
The whole barbershop erupts in laughter, but Tommy seems distracted, troubled even. The customer pipes up again.
That's great. Whole family going to the game Sunday?
I'm going to a game later. It's called convincing my wife to blow me.
Yet another huge pop from all the fellas and Raoul in real life, but Tommy's not into it. Jackie takes him aside for a one-on-one.
Tommy, what's wrong? I used that same joke last week and you did a buzz cut by accident.
I don't know, Jackie. You ever think there's more to life than cutting hair and making jokes about oral sex?
That wasn't an oral sex joke. That was a lack of oral sex joke.
I'm thinking about getting out.
Whoa, what an unexpected twist. Now these two guys want two different things.
Tommy, what are you gonna do? Be a professional blowjob getter?
I was thinking about working at a rehab clinic.
Everyone in the barbershop looks nervous.
But this is the life Tommy chose. It would be a great betrayal to that type of situation.
Listen, Tommy, you either die as a barber, you retire as a barber. Okay. I'm really trying to commit to the action.
No, do it. It's great.
You either die as a barber, you retire as a barber, or you become one of them.
Jackie points outside, and we see a barbershop quartet standing on the sidewalk. They're wearing striped jackets, straw hats, the works.
Honestly, I'm not sure why.
Why what?
Like, if I quit my job as a barber, why do I have to join a barbershop quartet?
It's the barbershop code.
Yeah, that's right. Decode.
Take the clippers away, and what are you? Some dandy in a striped jacket doing high tenor harmonies?
Yeah, but I still don't understand why I have to go do that.
Hey, that's the system we live in.
It ain't perfect, but it's better than France.
Is this written down somewhere?
Jackie gets misty-eyed and nostalgic.
Anyway, my old man was the best barber around. Could do it all. The Elvis, the disgraced quarterback, and of course, the barber special.
What's the barber special?
A more expensive buzz cut with blowjob jokes.
Jackie gets even more misty-eyed. He's definitely Italian or a Greek person with a secret.
But my old man gave it all up to sing and then got hit by an ice truck.
Bam! Kapow!
When he could have been here, telling jokes about getting sucked off.
I'm sorry, Jackie.
Couldn't sing his way out of that one.
Yeah, I'm even more sorry.
Singer 1 pokes his head in the door.
Hey, can I use the bathroom?
Paying customers only.
But I need to take a piss.
And I need my freaking knob polish. You gonna talk to my wife about it?
The barbershop erupts in laughter as Tommy and Jackie embrace, then pull apart.
Jackie, I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I love it here. The jokes, daytime cable television.
Oh, Tommy, that's okay. I knew you could never leave all this behind.
Tommy subtly pivots back into joke mode. He's back, baby.
Hey, just like, your wife will never blow you.
A huge, over-the-top, knee-slapping barbershop pop, so big it can be heard from space. It's so loud the ladies and that one guy in the hair salon next door get mad.
Even on his birthday.
Fiend scene! Classic barbershop banter.
I was going into it thinking barbershop with Queen Latifah. Or that's Beauty Shop. No, barbershop with Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah.
That's very progressive of you.
Yes. I like how we all developed an accent halfway through. That was great.
Multiple accents.
Yeah,
I was channeling the barbershop that's down the street from us. It's like all these old Italian guys. And I went in one time desperate for a haircut, and I felt so uncomfortable. And they also felt really uncomfortable.
I feel like the gambit in Boston for me has always been I can get a bad haircut from an Italian or a good haircut from a Dominican. I feel like that's at least
a bad
in this
beard
city.
trim from the Dominican. It's like the lines are way too straight.
No, my guy knows the right way to do it, but he definitely
Yeah.
had to learn the white guy beard trim. Mr. Thomas. It's one of those things where I can tell they all speak English really well, but they're like, no, and they all just talk in Spanish. I'm like, that's good.
They just don't want to talk to you.
They don't want to talk to me.
He also convinced Tom to like shape up his like eyebrows.
Did you put a notch in it?
No. What are those called? What are those called?
I don't know, but they're
I can't
cool as fuck.
But he came
Like a
home.
vanilla-
He came home with his haircut, and he was like, he did my eyebrows, and I was like, oh, now that you say it, I noticed it. It looks good. It's not like obvious. It's not like they're like waxed or anything. But I was
the
like,
Cara Delevingne, like
yeah.
They got longer somehow. No, he was selling me perfectly too, because he just haircut's like a vulnerable thing. It's not like the dentist, but you're like there in a chair where they like propped you up, and he's just eye level with you like it's a Scientology brainwash, and he's just like, you're gonna look good, Thomas. Mr. Thomas, you look good.
you look sexy,
Yeah,
Mr. Thomas.
he legit said sexy, and I was like, and in that space, you're like, I want to be sexy. Like I'm
I
like,
smell like so many products now too.
yeah, this is great.
There's a barbershop like that near me. It's called Da Friends. D-apostrophe Friends.
That's great.
I like that could be any business.
Yeah.
It's next to one of those like clothing shops where the mannequins are like very curvaceous.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
My brother goes to a barber in Alston that is a barber, head shop, and Halloween costume store
Great.
all in one.
Diversify that portfolio.
And the guy cannot cut hair. It's the funniest thing.
You should see him sell a costume though.
Oh, he can sell the shit out of a bong too. It's crazy.
I was driving through Roxbury one time on my way, like coming from Northeastern to home, and I was like at night, and I drove by this barbershop, and there was like a full chicken in the window. That's really hanging out in the barbershop. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that chicken's about to have rum poured on it and a cigar put in its beak, and someone's about to have a bad month.
Yeah.
I like that my barbershop has a very small, wacky, inflatable arm guy that they just put out on the sidewalk.
Wait, I didn't know they made different sizes. There's a small one?
Because the one I picture is like the dealership, you see it from a mile away, right? Like this one maxes out at maybe like the green thing.
Yeah.
It's like 12 feet tall, maybe. When you walk
I thought it was
to
like
daycare.
more like I thought it was more like 3 foot. Like, is it
No,
taller than me?
It's taller than me when it's all the way up,
Is
but it's
3
not-
foot the line for your height?
No.
I thought it was like 3.5 feet. It's like way taller than me.
Yeah, Caitlin's
I
like a
said,
pygmy.
is it taller than me?
Yeah, every time you look at Caitlin, there's a system of mirrors that make her seem like she's over 5 feet tall.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time and work.
yeah. A lot of geometry. It's a lot of money, let me tell you. How tall are you?
I don't know. I slouch, so it varies. Enough that flying is officially uncomfortable.
Oh, that's good.
And I think I have hip dysplasia like an old dog.
No.
Like
that's great.
My body's bad now. Like it's like my hamstrings are definitely those of a 5'7"
That does happen
man.
to the tall guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna die early, like a Great Dane. But my hamstrings are a short man's hamstrings. I don't know. I'm like 6'4", I think. It sucks.
But beloved by the entire community, like a Great Dane. Is how
oh
they die.
yeah, everyone's like, oh,
They're
he's got
good
kind
dogs,
eyes.
Yeah.
But he's not allowed in the apartment. God.
No.
Great Danes actually have like scary like dead eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever seen like a Great Dane? They look at you like they're seeing your soul. It's pretty.
Okay. I have noticed there's a number of dogs I've seen recently that have like human beings' eyes.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Annihilation's going
That
on?
is Great Danes are kind of like that. Yeah.
It's deeply, deeply upsetting. I think that they just got some skinwalkers back in the game.
There's just certain types of dogs that they just look more like people than other dogs. do.
Labradoodles straight up look like a guy zipped up in a suit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have the weird like close set forward facing eyes that feel very human,
Yeah,
right?
they wink
Like-
at you a lot. It's weird.
Yeah, they seem like they didn't get fully reincarnated.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, they're stuck.
yeah, they didn't make it all the
It's
way
'cause
down.
somebody had a chicken in a barbershop window, and now I have to live as a Labradoodle in a white girl's house.
Some kind of Beetlejuice incident.
I thought you were my friends.
Let's do another sketch. The friends. I'll be all right. Okay, cool. So let's have Caitlin, you be vice principal, and Raoul, you be Jason. A little two-hander here. Yeah. The vice principal, a feared figure in everything from John Hughes movies to John Hughes short stories. We open on a classic scene from American life: a troublemaker named Jason, sitting across from a none too pleased vice principal.
Jason, do you know why you're here?
Jason sighs and leans back in his chair. He seems tired, world-weary even.
Yeah. Mrs. Fisk sent me. Said I was being disruptive.
That's right. She said you were making inappropriate comments in class.
Look, Vice Principal Henderson, between you and me, she keeps going on and on about these math problems, and it makes me want to jump out a fucking window.
Jason, language.
Sorry, force a habit, but come on, we're both adults here. You get it.
No, We're not. What? Jason, you're 12 years old.
Hey, 12's just a number, my guy. Like taxes or the staggering amount of debt I'm in.
Debt? What debt?
You ever been to a Dave & Buster's? Those game cards are a goddamn scam.
Vice Principal Henderson shuts his laptop and rubs his temples, equal parts angry and alarmed.
Jason, this is serious. Your teachers are concerned.
Yeah, they should be. I got a lot on my plate. My knees are shot. My fantasy football team's in shambles. And don't even get me started on my ex-wife.
How the hell do you have an ex-wife?
What can I say? Things change. People grow apart.
Right, but how are you married?
Oh, white. Back in 3rd grade, a week we became 50 years old.
Jason, holy shit, are you serious?
Yeah, then I met Sharon, and things were perfect. But one day it's all Chuck E. Cheese and smiles. The next she's talking the house, the dog, the damn Nintendo Switch.
Go back to the identity fraud?
Come on, Mr. H. The internet is like Home Alone, and I'm Joe Pesci.
Don't you mean Kevin McAllister?
You heard me.
So you faked a birth certificate?
Yeah, social security number, college degree, the whole deal. The gambling problem is very real, though.
Jesus Christ, you're online gambling?
And in real life. If I ever go back to Atlantic City, I'm a dead man. Unless it's for one last rob.
What is your fucking job?
Fraud and trafficking cigarettes.
Jason casually pulls out a carton of cigarettes with an all-caps Virginia sticker stamped over the American Spirit logo.
You smoke?
What? No.
Figures. Guess I'm smoking for the both of us.
The VP grabs the carton from Jason, who laughs like it's all a joke.
Oh.
Sorry,
Principal? Oh, that's me. Vice Principal. Okay. I thought there a new character dropped.
Give me those. This is completely inappropriate.
Whoa, Wax. I don't smoke. What kind of idiot do you take me for?
A child. I take you for a child.
Not according to the state of Delaware. And to be clear, Sharon is another 12-year-old and who also faked her identity.
Sorry. Delaware was perfect for that. And where's her family?
Northwest Canada. We've only interacted on Discord.
You know what, Jason? I will have a cigarette.
With that, the vice principal sparks up an American spirit, and Jason tells him various ways to fake his own death and start anew somewhere exotic, like the Carolinas or Fresno. Fiends, scenes, real life
An
situations.
incredible accent choice. On
Yeah.
that.
I love when an accent choice just really develops throughout.
It's great. No, it's great. It's all about making choices, committing to them, regretting them.
Oh, yeah. As soon as it was like, Weegawee, Delaware, I was like, oh, okay.
I'm just racing ahead, typing like tongue twisters into the Google Doc.
Initially to Texas.
One last job. So good.
Also, shout out to John Tyler who wrote that one. John
Oh,
Tyler.
yes.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah. That's right. You can write for this show. You just have to send any of your ideas in a Google Doc to strategyandcontent@gmail.com. That is the email address of the show.
No, really?
Yeah. Well, it goes
How
to,
is that humanly possible?
it goes to Todd Spalding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the email that Todd Spalding's had since
That
like
is-
2014.
Dude, that is since Gmail came out.
Isn't that great?
That's incredible.
That's like, it's tied to the LinkedIn, and I think it's part of why it's like never gets flagged, because it's strategy and content, no
Yeah.
underscore, no numbers.
I'm surprised no one's tried to like pay you for that Gmail.
I think they probably look up who has it, and they're like, this guy is going to rob me blind.
Are you entertaining offers?
Absolutely, yeah. But I'm only taking crypto and Venmo gift cards, which I'm assuming exist.
There's no way legally vetted. If
What
you
would be
accept
the
my
po-
Western Union card, yeah.
What would be the point of a Venmo gift card? You can just Venmo.
They have
someone.
debit cards. I know that
They
much.
do. Yeah, they do have that. Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'll take a Venmo debit card. I'm a progressive guy. I'm in the 21st century. You can open a debit card in your name, give it to me, tell me the PIN. You get the website.
I like the social difference between Venmo and Cash App.
Yeah.
Cash App is universally considered way more ratchet. This is why I love businesses that are like, we accept cash, Venmo, not Cash App. And you're like, how many times have you been burned?
Yeah.
That's like, when there's like a real racist like Irish dive bar or something, and they're like, can't be explicitly no black people, but they're like, we have a dress code.
Dress
No,
code.
Yeah, no bling bling,
No.
no jerseys, no sagging pants. I'm like, that only applies to a 50-year-old white guy from Saugus. Like, that doesn't apply to any. He's like, no bling bling. What the fuck?
The big one was work boots. I remember at least years ago in the Back Bay, it would be like specifically no like timber, like you couldn't wear work boots. Like,
Braids was a big one.
oh yeah.
You can't do that. Really? That explicitly?
That-
no braids?
Braids has been one of the
They're
like,
pigtails, man.
Braids has been like probably the most used one like across like all kinds of different like discrimination. Like workplace was a big one, but like a lot of like bars that were trying to discriminate like clearly would use braids.
If I wanted to keep people out of my bar, I would just do a Studio 54 thing. And just be like, you're not hot enough, but it's just a guy who looks like me outside of a dive bar.
There's a horse in the middle.
Yeah, just be like, we have a rooster in the window. You can't come in here.
Yeah. They kind of do that at certain clubs. They're like, you're not hot enough.
That's what I mean. But they should do what I mean is they should do that sort of thing, but at like the shittiest Irish dive in the world. Just some overweight guy smoking a cigarette, being like, "You look like trash." Like,
not garbage enough, buddy. Yeah. Nah, let's just do the Berlin Club thing where people wait in line for like 5 hours and you can't have your phone out in the line and stuff. And
really?
Like, oh yeah. And it's.
Are they like, we want you to be present in the moment?
What is that accent?
I don't know.
Okay.
Hey, bippity boopity.
Yeah. And well, because it's like once you're in too, you're in there from like I don't know Saturday to Monday.
It's fucking sickening, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty good. They're different from clubs here. There's no bottle service in those places. I mean, there's people doing stuff with bottles. But
yeah. If I had experienced my alcoholism in the club scene of Europe, I'd be dead.
Yeah. No, I try my best. I would. There's nothing like having a ketamine dependency. It's just I feel like Elon Musk now. It's very bad. Yeah. That's funny. I think he's so angry about everything because he couldn't get into those clubs. It's like I remember Lady Gaga got rejected. That was very famous.
Oh, she got rejected from a club.
Yeah. Because like they have this like very famous bouncer Sven, and he's got like face tats. He's giant, and then they reject you in a way you can't even get mad. He goes like, "Unfortunately, today not." Which is I was like, "Not today, buddy. Sorry." And then and it's cool because there's no like written criteria for getting in. They're just like, are you passing the vibe check?
Yeah. The whole
which is like, are you an old gay guy covered in like leather or not? Which is how it should be because they started the good clubs and then now like Instagram girlies are like filling in and taking away from them. Much like most things where they're like, yes, queen.
Yeah. It just becomes an opportunity. I feel like however bad I feel about like my job or how stressed I am about my life, I will always remember, at least I'm not a famous bouncer.
It's not bad.
Mr. T had her fucking run, dude. How dare you?
Well, that's the thing. Mr. T's a famous actor. He got out of the bouncing gig. You know what I mean?
Okay,
like
yeah.
Sven's got to make a move.
Sven's got hobbies. He's a photographer. I hate that I know that, but
he needs to be in the reboot of the A-Team. He needs to
honestly, yeah, but I don't think you can replace Mr. T with a German guy.
Let's do another sketch.
The G Team.
There we go.
Germans aren't allowed to have teams anymore. No squads for the Germans.
Nice. So let's have Raoul. You play guy 1. John, you play guy 2. Katlin, you play guy 3. Two extremely shady guys walk in the park, styled in 1970s style trench coats with huge lapels and a spare disco ball up each sleeve.
Thanks for meeting me here.
Don't worry. I'll lay on the tracks for your ass.
I have intel on a little thing called Project Scimitar.
Doesn't sound straight to me, but I trust your beautiful ass.
Yeah. So here's the tip. The thing with Chihuahuas.
The dogs? Little yippy ones?
Yeah, them. Turns out they're actually from Chihuahua, Mexico, and the transport is part of an international drug cartel that's tied to the Hilton family.
Whoa. So that's why Paris Hilton carries that Chihuahua with her. To accelerate the trade.
Exactly. And honestly, I feel kind of bad. This thing is so much bigger than her.
Guy 2 reacts very negatively to this. It seems like he has a personal stake in something.
Oh, why? Because you're gay for her? Is your beautiful, perfect ass in love with Paris Hilton?
No. It would just be kind of tough to be born into such strange circumstances.
Okay, you bring me out here for this rich kid party. What else you got?
At this point, Guy 3 comes waltzing up out of nowhere in an even sexier trench coat because it's swinging in 3/4 time, baby. He's a huge pain in the ass.
Paris Hilton? Yeah, I fucked her.
Ugh, not again.
Who's this guy?
He's a spy who listens in on my conversations because I come up with good conspiracy theories.
I also enjoy your commentary on culture and politics.
Which I truly appreciate, but true or not, your sudden appearance can freak people out and confuse other narratives.
What's this shit about having sex with Paris Hilton?
I think he's just a virulent misogynist.
Can't confirm. That's my whole deal.
Listen, man, we're trying to have a private conversation. A conversation where he tells me the conspiracy theories, not you, and it becomes sensual. That's none of your business. So why don't you scram?
General Electric went woke when they took the Nazi still out of Rockefeller Plaza and replaced it with Tina Fey. What
Holy
did I just read?
I thought I cut you off at first. Holy shit, that's good.
One of my greatest creations.
So, who do you think did 9/11?
The dinosaurs from Jurassic Park. Because the third installment was such a piece of trash.
Guy 1 is clearly touched by this recollection of his large body of work, which is entirely made up of rambling, extremely loose associations between things.
That's true. That's true. They feel betrayed by both the studio and Steven Spielberg. I'm going to be honest, Sergey. I'm touched by your devotion to my work.
Oh, I'm always listening to you and getting pussy from women who I hate.
Guy 1 and 3 lock eyes and try to make out, but keep repelling like when you push the wrong sides of magnets together. They keep struggling and trying while Guy 2 celebrates.
Aha! So you want to be gay, but you can't. Sexuality is like magnets. This is how J. Edgar Hoover used to have sex.
Scene!
I am really confused. I don't understand at all what happened in that.
It was like a Reddit having a conversation with itself.
Yeah. There's an incredible thing going on here where on my left, or on my right, Katlin is shaking her head entirely left to right, like cartoonishly, and then I looked over and Raoul's nodding up and down, going, yes, I understand all of it. I understand everything in this sketch.
We inhabit the same dark corners of the internet. Yes.
Like, gun to my head, if you're like, so what happened in this sketch? I'd be like, I'm dead. Like, I don't know.
Well, give it up for Zach Norton who wrote that sketch.
yeah, that makes sense now. Yeah.
No, the genius of the sketch is it's turning into that in real life now, where I'm like, no, I study his work. That's incredible. That was so well done.
I mean, this is a guy who has basically been cooking his brain for a year plus with Thomas Pynchon novels. So now, so everything's just about like the opium's here and the money's here and the guns are there and that's the CIA, and it's like, you got to go to bed, man.
No, I'm right there with them, which is just like literally what that sketch was about. It's just somebody who's been brain poisoned and is now poisoning others. That's great.
Yeah, Katlin, you need to stop being into women who fake having cancer, and you need to get.
That's my thing.
Yeah, that's Katlin's thing.
I like those,
and I see it as the exact same thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm like Jolly West and fucking Alan Dulles.
What about
the
that 9/11 lady who also faked cancer? Do you see her?
I don't know about that one.
I think she faked being in 9/11.
Oh, that's the Grey's Anatomy one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
No.
She faked cancer too, right?
She didn't fake 9/11. She faked being at the shooting at the mosque.
Oh,
which was
that's even somehow.
It was
9/11's like a massive.
She
event.
just and she just like lied about being like Jewish, like growing up Jewish, and it being.
Ooh.
And then she lied about cancer.
It was at the temple or what? It was
Yeah, she didn't run as easy. She because he lied about 9/11.
Right. Yeah, he's supposed to work there, and he like didn't that, but that whole thing was made.
No,
up,
he
right?
started by saying that he was in the towers
on
on Howard Stern. He was like, I could feel it shaking. Yeah.
Jeez.
Who said that?
Steve Renazizi.
It was like the guy from The League. He's like
the comic.
Oh,
you know him if you saw him.
Yeah.
But now he's like, why does everyone call me the 9/11 guy? It's like
I know. It's like it is just one mistake, but it's a pretty big fucking mistake.
Well, it's just because you went on Howard Stern and we're like, yeah, man, buildings were shaking.
His real nickname is Baba Booey, 9/11 guy, actually.
No, it's Beetlejuice, actually. The 9/11. He's like, I thought it was 11/9. Yeah.
I'm just like so interested in the delusion of the people, like that they like just. They really seem like they believe their own lies.
I think at one point you have to.
Well, yeah, to be that much of a liar, for sure. That there was a documentary about her. She was a writer on Grey's Anatomy. Wait, no. Oh, wait, I'm getting my cancer people mixed up now.
Sure.
Or are you lying?
Because now there was another one, the Scamanda. She was brought down by the IRS.
Scamander?
The math police.
The math police.
It's called Scamanda.
Yeah.
Scamander, the math salamander? What?
She literally had like whatever the SWAT team equivalent for the IRS police is. Like they like came into her house and that was her big.
Okay.
They broke down her door with a huge Casio.
Yeah.
They're like, give us the password to the GoFundMe.
There's a pocket protector that you can interrogate her with.
Huge trap.
You know what? Police militarization has gone too far if the nerds are getting tanks.
It's the most competent I've ever seen the police been in a being. It's the most competent I've seen the police be in a documentary. Like every documentary, the police are absolutely fucking idiots.
Which
like,
is alarming because you have to assume if they were doing a good job, they would just be cranking out documentaries about that shit. You know what I mean? Like if the cops were ever just like, we are killing it on this murder case, they would just be bringing in like camera crews to just be like, we have ascertained the individual. Like
they would start producing their own.
Yeah,
it's called Blue Bloods.
Steve Sharippa.
Watch this amazing documentary, The Rookie.
Donnie Wahlberg, dude. Yeah. I am shocked though how fast these true crime documentaries are being cranked out. Like it's like something. It's kind of like was it Peter Berg, the guy of the Mark Wahlberg movies, where he'll make like a Boston bombing movie 6 months after it happened.
Yeah.
You know, like how did they just logistically do this? But like, dude, there's already a Karen Reed 3-part series out.
I will say this is that I think it's much more impressive when they turn around like episodes of Law and Order or those insane right wing 8 months after the bombing.
Yep.
Like those are more impressive to me because they're shooting entire live action stuff. Those documentaries, it's all found footage. It's all editorial. All you have to do is set up people in a studio you already have, splash a light on them.
You're not casting people.
Yeah, you bring them into the same studio, interview them. That's the only thing you're filming, and everything else is just a guy yanking shit out of a hard drive, which is why I think they make like 100 hours a day of that stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I mean it's just like a gold rush at this point because true crime is just like so consumed so quickly and so much like.
And that's why they're all shows now with 5-part episodes and nothing happens to the 4th one.
Yeah.
And there's now one of the very few cases I've seen of AI actually quote unquote working in the worst way possible is like I read an interview with a guy who stayed anonymous who cranks out totally AI generated fake true crime documentaries on YouTube because it's such shitty storytelling. It's like most storytelling you can't just AI generate, but think about like Karen whatever was walking down the street and then the car drove up and it's just stock images and Ken Burns effect. Like none of it actually if it doesn't have to be real, you can just kind of hit the beats and people don't notice.
Did you just describe fiction as fake true crime?
No, these are like videos on YouTube.
Yeah, but it's like the idea of just like no, it's like you know how it's true crime, but they're not even real. It's like yeah, that's a genre of literary. That's it's called fiction.
I do think the true crime
but it's the
stuff
true
is
crime like thing. It's the format.
well, it's like making fun,
It's
like
a fake
satire. Yeah.
It's people getting mad, being like, "This is fake," but it's like, why are you watching?
It's
Like,
actually more moral to watch and be entertained by than like an actual
absolutely.
murder.
I think true crime is like really melting people's brains. I think like have you watched Adolescence on Netflix?
I haven't, no.
It's like it's really good. It's a limited series, like 4 episodes. It's like a British show, and it's like it's not like a who did it type of like murder mystery. It's like in the first episode they tell you that this kid like murdered this other girl, whatever, and then it's more about like why did this kid do it, and the reaction online like just shows how absolutely stupid people have gotten about like watching true crime because everyone's just watching it like, but did he do it? And it's like.
oh, they're inventing a mystery.
Yeah. And then they're like, this was so boring. It's like all of you did not get this. Like, this is not, and it's just because all these people are just consuming true crime nonstop.
That's so funny.
And I really do love the idea though of them not understanding that like mystery fiction exists.
Yeah.
They're just like, wait, so when did this happen? You're like, no, it's just a novel.
It's
They're
just
like,
a
no,
made-up
but
thing.
is this real? Like, and then they get pissed off when they find out that someone actually used creativity to make it. They're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I do really like the idea of like whether or not something is real is the only reason to watch anything. Is like
There's no stakes if it's just Star Wars and it turns out they're not real people.
like just watching Austin Powers and being like, but is he like a double agent? Does he work for Dr. Evil? Like, let's do another sketch. HVAC, etc. Okay, we're gonna have John play spokesperson 1. Katlin, you're spokesperson 2, and Raoul, you are spokesperson 3. It's an ad for a local HVAC company. 3 roughneck townie spokespeople are taking turns addressing camera over a stock photo green screen.
HVAC, etc., has been operating the greater whatever area for like 20 years.
Because we care, and as our name says, we do it all.
Heating.
Ventilation!
Air conditioning.
And whatever else you got going on, just let us know.
The other 2 spokespersons look uncomfortable with the third guy's assertion, but they soldier on.
Here at HVAC, etc., we're the go-to for duct cleaning and remodels any season. Our phone lines are open.
Commercial or residential, night or day. Our certified technicians are clean, professional, and courteous.
They're also discreet.
Right.
Whatever you need done, they'll get right to it. And they won't tell anyone shit.
Okay. Anyway, more about heating and ventilation.
They will not tell a fucking soul.
HVAC, etc. is fully insured with a AAA rating from the Better Business Bureau.
Check out reviews on Angie's List. People love us.
And we love our customers.
Enough to transport drugs across state lines or dispose of a body.
But we mostly do HVAC.
Yeah, this is mostly HVAC operation.
But we also do etc. And that's the good shit. We're talking like harassment campaigns, going through someone's trash or their mail.
This is really stressing. This is really stressing the other two guys out as they try to rein things in.
We would prefer your business for repair or regular maintenance of your heating, ventilation, and air conditioning needs.
Yeah, and we do holidays because heating and ventilation issues matter when they happen. No 72-hour callback times.
Or questions about what happened or why a local politician is there.
Because you deserve great service and expert assistance.
Delivered with a smile.
And if you need someone to just like dig a hole, right? Way out in the woods or whatever. No questions asked, no faces. Just leave out a shovel or a miner's helmet. We'll get it done. We bring our own gloves.
But you could just hire us to do normal stuff too.
But also, to reiterate, we'll also do the really freaky deaky shit. That's the etc. promise.
To be clear, we do not prefer the freaky deaky shit.
In fact, I will say we prefer heating and ventilation work.
Spokesperson 3 is defensive, angry, and possibly a little drunk.
You could do a lot of weird shit up in the ventilation unit. I resent the implication that the depraved shit is not happening in those vents.
What kind of weird stuff is happening in the
I'm
vents?
pretty sure I saw 2 possums and this fucked up rat thing, one with the red eyes.
Yes, that's also a possum.
They were having sex in the vents at the goddamn Bickfords in Braintree.
That's just a vermin infestation, you frickin' idiot.
Also, the store manager paid me to threaten his wife's boyfriend with a baseball bat.
You can't say this shit on TV.
It all falls under the umbrella of etc. We do HVAC, we do etc. Etc. is the business model.
Maybe we stick to the script.
Etc. is Latin for good business, baby.
Are you drunk?
Of course I'm drunk. We're not in a fucking union.
And fiend scene.
So, is it HVAC or HVAC?
I thought it was HVAC.
I trusted the man who was
I
actually...
know. That's what
It's
made me
both.
question it. Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I feel like he would tell us that he's like, yeah, they actually really resent the fact when you call
Yeah,
them HVAC.
It's actually only HVAC in the HVAC region.
It's like the it's like the insider scoop.
Someone told me, there's an R and it's silent. I was like, you really should go back in the attic, pal. I don't want to hear about your silent R's, okay?
At my job, we do like these local ads where you have to say the name of the city, and like Louisville came up, and we're just a bunch of like Boston Yankees
Louisville.
being like Louisville, and I was just like, oh, my girlfriend's family yelled at me for 2 days because I said Louisville once, and they were like, this fucking idiot.
It's so funny when people like hear like somebody who can't pronounce things because they're Boston, and they're just like, yeah, what? And then somebody from a different region will be like, hoity-toity East Coasters, overpronouncing everything. It's like, it's okay. Yep.
But then I hear
It's
these,
Louisville, right?
Louisville.
Nice.
Yeah.
Louisville.
Yeah, you really just don't say any of the middle.
Yeah,
just
yeah, it's-
say an L and then hang out for a while and then Ville.
You have to say it like you have a lot of biscuits and gravy you're currently trying to eat in your mouth.
Oh, Louisville.
Let's do the last sketch. Ooh, baby, John. It's your masterpiece. The main premise of all sketches is somebody wants some money. Okay.
Cash app only.
Yeah, Cash App only. So, Raoul, you'll be the loan manager. This will be the first time in your life you're a loan manager. John, your boyfriend. Caitlin, you be girlfriend. People say that scratch tickets are the modern day scratch tickets. I'd like to say that's a mistake, but
No,
it's not. It was on purpose. People say that scratch tickets are the modern day scratch tickets, but those people are wrong. The modern day scratch ticket is a loan from a bank to open a restaurant. A couple meets with a loan manager to cash in and bake their golden money-stuffed goose.
Thank you for coming into my favorite place, the bank. Why are you two seeking a loan?
We're going to open a restaurant.
Not just that, we're going to open the best restaurant in the city.
Maybe I'll be your first customer. And looking at your paperwork, you guys have already rented a space?
Oh, yeah, and it's right near a train station. Believe it or not, there's a parking lot.
We joked that we're going to call the restaurant, at least there's parking.
But to be clear, that's just a joke between us.
Hey, I'm sold. Parking your car in a parking lot is America's pastime. And it looks like you two are looking to get $1 million.
$1 million to make 20 million, that is.
I'm looking at your proposed budget here, and it looks like your initial overhead is pretty low. Does your space already have kitchen equipment?
Oh, yeah, we're good.
It used to be a doctor's office, so it's loaded with knives.
Loan manager is thrown off, but mentally writes the whole thing off as a joke.
That's hot.
I've always said doctors are the chefs of the medical world.
You don't say. Former's doctor's office, so you're just buying a stove?
No, we were debating that, but stoves are passé, and we hate France.
We're getting 90 air fryers.
Wow. Yeah, you two know what you're doing.
You know, I was saying that in the ride over here.
He was saying that about us in our car full of air fryers.
Oh, you already got the air fryers.
Yeah, but we got the 5-year warranty.
All 90 of them.
Loan manager is typing as fast as he can, trying to fill out the paperwork quickly before the deal falls through.
Of course, yeah, I get that.
We'd be stupid not to. In 4 years, we'll replace them all with the money we made. These air fryers might as well be slot machines.
Winning slot machines.
The loan manager has heard enough. He shuts his laptop, sighs heavily, and gives it to them straight.
All right, listen, you two. I deal with a lot of fucking morons in this job. But you two are no morons. This plan is genius.
He opens his laptop back up and gets back to typing away. It turns out the loan manager is just as dumb as these two other nimrods.
So anyway, as I force this loan through, how long have you guys been in the restaurant game?
Well, we've been making dinner for about 5 years.
Technically, 5 3/4.
I hear that. I just hit 20 years in the giving loans game.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I haven't successfully given out one yet, but I feel good about you two. More importantly, what kind of food we talking? Italian? Greek? Greek-Italian?
No, we're going all in on British cuisine.
Oh, do fish and chips, governor! You'll make a killing during Lent.
Boyfriend looks at girlfriend like they've just heard a new language.
We've never heard of fish and chips.
But we're going to have classic stuff like British veggie burgers, British lobster, British souffle.
Oh, hot sellers during Lent.
Yeah, we have all the seasons covered. Lent season, tax season.
There are 2 seasons.
I can see that. And what will your waiters be wearing? Union Jack everything?
Whatever they want. We want everyone to be comfortable.
The loan manager tightens up his tie and shakes his head. He's nervous.
Well, guys. If you don't give your waiters uniforms, everything will be accused of being a waiter.
What does our waitstaff have anything to do with getting a loan?
Sort of everything. That's like a plumber coming in here asking me for money without showing me his ass.
We just want to build a kitchen/dining room ecosystem where everyone can be themselves. I think you can understand that.
No, I refuse to understand that.
Come on, just try.
Listen, if I walk into an English restaurant, I want the waitstaff dressed like Queen Elizabeth or Austin Powers at minimum. If that's too much to ask, I suggest you go find $10 million elsewhere.
We only wanted $1 million.
I don't care if you want $1 fucking dollar. Either everyone is British or no one is British. And if no one is British, no cash for you.
We don't need this bum's money.
Yeah, we're going to get money the old-fashioned way.
Boyfriend and girlfriend walk towards the door.
Ha, good luck working the rest of your life.
Who needs to work when you can fake an injury?
At the door of the bank, boyfriend takes a slip and fall, fakes a slip and fall, but fucks it up and actually cracks his head open on the floor. There's blood everywhere and people are screaming.
Oh, shit! Oh, fuck! Someone call an ambulance! Jesus Christ!
Boyfriend eventually recovers, and within 6 months, their British quesadilla spot becomes the hardest table to get in town until it's closed by the tyrannical health inspector just because a lot of people got sick. Fiend scene.
That was an opus, man. That's
Yeah.
I've been working 15 years on that.
You know, I think I did fuck up though because part of it said like in a British accent, and then it never said not in a British accent afterwards.
yeah.
So I was like, I think I should have continued the whole thing.
You actually have to be British after this, like when you leave
oh,
here.
that's right. Yeah, no, until the God producer gives me the okay not to be.
Till y'all end scene.
You're like Daniel Day-Lewis after the movie. Like, I'm just going to stay like this.
God, I have to become a cobbler now.
Well, that was the Big Hollywood Table Read. Raoul Biron, thank you so much for
thank
doing
you,
it.
man.
Thank you guys. This is a blast.
You were awesome, dude. It was a very fun time. Where can people find you, your shows, online, whatever? We'll put your Instagram handle in the description of the show.
Yeah, I run a show every Thursday in Harvard Square at Charlie's Kitchen. It's upstairs. It's a good little bar.
It's so fun.
It's a great spot, and the show's good. It's great. It's a pretty late night show, so it's a lot of bartenders. Cheap drinks, very cheap beer, and it's a good old punk rock spot with a very fun show. So find it in the link on Instagram. It's called Chuckles. It's the Charlie's Kitchen.
Cheap drinks later to Thursday in Harvard. Can't do better than that. And this has once again been the Big Hollywood Table Read. Any ideas? Want to send us some sketches, strategy, and content at gmail.com. But otherwise, I'm your host, Tom, John, Katlin. We did it.
We did it.
We did a good job. We'll talk to you next time, guys. Listen again. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.